wanted to ask you guys about a different player this weekend, though, because there was a lot of people speculating that he wouldn't perform. The Premier League is not for him. But Erling Haaland turns up with a brace. Probably should have got a hat trick, really. I think he's going to break Mo Salah's goal scoring record this season. What do we make of Haaland's performance, and what do you think it's going to do for City this year?
And I just put on the record, he's not a fraud.
Who thought he wasn't?
Thought he was a fraud.
Listen, if Haaland was coming to Chelsea, right, I would have said, yeah, he's not going to perform for us with the way we play. Who the hell thought he was going to go to Man City and not score 20 plus goals this season? I think you must be crazy if you thought that.
Trust me. You know what's funny as well, yeah? He didn't need to do none of that dropping deep, nothing. He made not even a lot of runs. And then they just find him. He just made that run, burn the man, and then he scores. That's all he needs. That's all he needs to do. That's all he needs to do is look towards the goal, have your body shifted. You will get found. They even played inverted fullbacks. I thought, and boy, Foden on the right one. Bro, Pep is a G. They played like a 2-3-5 the whole game. 2-3-5. And then boom, they absolutely cooked. And then they brought on, and then after when they brought him off to manage him, they brought in Alvarez and they just controlled it. Yeah. Like the goal from top to finish, and that's it.
That last goal, that second goal you saw from Haaland, I think we're going to see that about 20 times over this season. You just get that ball in behind. He's so much quicker than every defender. He's going to use that strength and that power just to breeze past him. And then you see, even when he won the penalty, like you're probably going to see that so many times. Keepers think they can get to the ball, and he's just there. He's just that much quicker. And it's dangerous. It's going to be scary.
You know what it is with him? Because, and I don't mean to take it in this direction, because of his height, because of the blonde hair, because he's Nordic, there is this notion that he's not quick. Does that make sense? Like people look at him and go, he's not. Do you know a player that's really quick in the Prem, but he's looked at as slow? Dimitar Berbatov was deceptively quick when he wanted to be. This guy's even faster. This guy is legitimately quick. And for me, I think people that have been writing him off, they've been doing it for 3 or 4 years for one reason or another. I always remember KJ telling me that he didn't want to sign him at Man United because he thought Greenwood was better. Now, forget what Greenwood has done. Outside of football. Greenwood's never been near the level of this guy. And I was looking at statistics the other day. You even compare him and Mbappe in their careers. Mbappe's about 18 months older, but like the geezer's on par with him. But he's been playing in Germany. Champions League record is crazy. And someone just sent me the link, actually, a gal, when you actually did call Haaland a fraud. I forgot you even said that, bro. That's crazy. I forgot you said that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Nah, I did it. Anyways,
what do you mean?
We're not going to do it.
It's just about
the 5 times.
Can we understand your thinking behind that?
No, hang on. We'll play the clip. From this was before that. This was like one of the original top 6 shows about 2 years ago now.
That is so in order. It's in order, isn't it?
It's in order. Yeah, it's in order. It is.
You're on the low. Haaland's a fraud. If you guys see how many, if you guys have seen the amount of chances this guy gets per game that he misses. I've watched Dortmund a couple times, like the 5 times I've watched.
Conversion rate is 50%. Yeah.
Anyways, everyone has Haaland.
It was a couple of years ago, to be fair.
Everyone has Haaland. Anyways, I'm just going to say this. The penalty situation at Man City now seems to be resolved. He's going to be taking penalties from now on. They won't have that issue about who's going to take the penalties, who's going to step up. It's just going to be Haaland. And immediately that takes some pressure off the rest of the team because they know they have somebody. If they get a penalty, when they get a penalty, there's no more if and buts who's going to take it. They know who's going to take it, who's going to step up, and he's going to majority of the time bang. So
it's his mentality for me.
I still don't think 20 goals. I still don't think 20 goals first season is like ridiculous to say he's not going to get 20 goals, but I do believe he'll get over 50.
It's his mentality for me.
The best part was his interview. His interview was fantastic.
That was funny. But he's definitely getting 20 because he's taking their penalties as well. So definitely getting 20.
It's the fact that he just runs. He just runs and runs and runs. He makes a run and it doesn't go through. Like in that first half, they didn't find him enough. They were trying all the nice interplay, getting out to Grealish. Grealish was shocking, but do you know what's
crazy about it? That those runs, I've been talking about this for years. That's hard work. There's a striker at Man United called Anthony Martial. He'll make that run 3 times, not get found, and then he stops making it for the rest of the game. And that's why players like Haaland are so good. It's why Michael Owen, before the hamstrings went, was so good. It's why Ian Wright was so good. Why Henry was so good. You make that run. Eventually, you're found, and you put the ball in the back of the net.
It's not even that. It's like sometimes they don't find you. Sometimes the defender tracks your run, but you have the situations like the second goal yesterday. You made that run about 5 times that game, but that was the first time they found him, and the 2 West Ham centre backs switched off. The West Ham
because they're just adjusting,
and he was there.
They're just adjusting to having a striker. They're not used to it, so it's going to take them a little bit. But even they still did it yesterday, and he got a goal. So
there was times where you saw like a few like long balls being knocked into the channels for him to run into, and I think that changed though in the game. And I think the false 9 is dead in football now. I think people are going back to traditional number 9s. Most clubs are trying to sign one. They're on the rise, as it were, and this is why I was saying. When you're my age, you notice this. Like there are trends in football. You know, like Liverpool fans think that they're going to continue to attack and create down their flanks with their fullbacks forever. At some point, it will change because football gets found out and you have to change and reinvent things. There's a comment here, though, I've got to address. As Terry, you said that Haaland was better than the original Ronaldo at 21. That is not what I said. This was about 9 months ago. We did a show on it. We're basically looking at his statistics. And at 21 years of age, no player in the last 40 years has had more goals in Europe at 21 than him. That is what I said. I did not mention better football player. I just said no one at 21. And of course, but at the age of 21, R9 had more goals, but about 60 of them were in Brazil. So we were talking purely European goals. That's what I said. Don't try and twist my words, my friend, because I would never claim that Haaland is the better football player than R9, because that would be ridiculous. Never try and do that to me. If you're going to take a shot at the king, bruv, don't fucking miss. And you miss big time, brother. Your girlfriend's looking at you now. Your penis just shrunk by about 1.5 inches. You messed up, brother. You messed up, brother. And I know your story, brother. You losing 1.5 inches, that gives you very little left. So be careful, my bro. Be careful, my guy. Haaland's GNA, bang. He's also got the personality mindset. And listen, the one thing I'd say about Haaland, he's got a much better personality than Mbappe. And people are going to wonder why that's important. One of the reasons why I think Sergio Aguero is not talked about as a GOAT in the Premier League enough is because I can't remember one single thing he said or did. Thierry Henry had a personality. Does that make sense? Like Henry he had the va-va-voom. He had arrogance on the pitch. He had swagger. You got like in the Premier League, think of like attackers. You think Eric Cantona, the collar was up as an example. You know, Alan Shearer to a degree didn't have that much of a personality, but he did on the football pitch. He made a good McDonald's advert once upon a time. I don't know if anybody saw that, but none of you did. You were all kids. But I think you've got to have a personality. It is a popularity contest at the end of the day. There's a reason why Cristiano Ronaldo has more followers and people that follow him than Lionel Messi. Because Lionel Messi, by the way, I don't even know what his voice sounds like. Legitimately, I don't know what he sounds like. I can't think of anything he said or done. Ronaldo's, at least he's got something about him. He's got something about him. They don't listen carefully. Of course they don't, Prime. Of course they don't listen to me.
Is that why Harry Kane is not propped up so much and Van Dijk is?
If Harry Kane could short pop there, then he'd be in a much better situation, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Harry Kane does suffer with that a little bit. Do you know what I mean? A little bit. Look at David Beckham. If David Beckham weren't as good looking, didn't marry a Spice Girl, would he be as big a legend? I don't know. If Paul Scholes was a little bit more outgoing as a player, you know what I mean? If Paul Scholes had a few modeling, can you imagine a chubby little ginger guy wearing Calvin Klein's? But if he had more modeling deals, he might get more recognition. Haaland only stat pads in the Premier League. Look, people are going to say that as well, aren't they? When he scores like 5 goals against Nottingham Forest this year, that's what they're going to say. But there we go.